So, Kimya, I have this question for you, and it's been bugging me all week. But first, let me say welcome everyone to 60 Second Scholar. I'm Kafka.
And I'm Kimya. Lay it on me, Kafka. What's the question?
Okay, so the other day I literally sat on my couch all Sunday, like I did nothing. Watched some TV, scrolled my phone, but by the end of the day, I was completely, utterly exhausted. How does that even happen? Am I just broken or something?
Oh, you are so not broken. That's actually a super common thing, and it's fascinating why it happens.
Fascinating? It felt awful. So what's the deal? Is it not about physical energy?
Exactly. We always think of energy as physical, right? Like you run a marathon, you get tired. But your brain is a massive energy hog. It uses about 20% of your body's total energy, even when you're just, chilling.
20%? Wow, okay.
Yeah, and a lot of that energy goes into stuff we don't even register as work. It's mental and emotional labor. Think about it. Even on a lazy day, your brain is still processing information, making tiny decisions, regulating your emotions.
Regulating emotions? What, like just trying not to get annoyed at a character in a show? Is that really work?
It sounds silly, but yeah, on a micro level, it is. Your brain is actively suppressing an impulse. Or think about planning. Even if you're just thinking about what you need to do tomorrow, you're engaging your prefrontal cortex. You're organizing, prioritizing. That's cognitive work. It all adds up, you know?
Yeah, I guess it does. The invisible to-do list.
Exactly, the invisible workload. And then there's something called decision fatigue. It's a real, measurable thing.
So this decision fatigue, is it why I can spend an hour looking for a movie and then just give up and rewatch something I've already seen?
That is the absolute classic example. It's called choice paralysis, and it's a direct result of decision fatigue. Your brain sees hundreds of options and just short circuits. It's easier to default to a known, safe choice, the old movie, than to expend the energy to make a new one.
Right.
It's a conservation of energy strategy, really. After a day or a week of making thousands of little choices, your brain's executive function gets worn down. It's like a muscle that's been overworked, so your decision-making muscle is spent.
A conservation of energy strategy. Wow, okay, so my brain is trying to be efficient by being what looks like lazy.
Exactly. It's just trying to save fuel.
Okay, this is making a lot of sense. But what about when I'm truly doing nothing, like just staring at the ceiling? Why does that still feel draining sometimes?
Great question. That gets into something called the default mode network in your brain.
The default mode network?
It's the system that's active when your mind is wandering, when you're not focused on a specific task. It's your brain basically talking to itself, connecting memories, thinking about the future, and building your sense of self. It's not a bad thing. It's where a lot of creativity comes from.
Okay, so it's not all bad, but
But exactly. The problem is when it gets hijacked by anxiety. Instead of productively daydreaming, you're just spinning your wheels on a problem you can't solve right now. That's rumination. And it burns through your glucose, your brain fuel, like crazy.
so my brain is just burning fuel by worrying. Great.
Pretty much. It's like leaving an app running in the background of your phone that just kills your battery. It's this low-level hypervigilance. Your system is always on, just in case. And being on constantly, without a real break, is absolutely exhausting.
That is such a good analogy. Okay, so I have a feeling my phone is not helping with this. Every notification is basically a demand to switch my brain's focus, right?
A demand, yes. And it's a really expensive one. There's this study, I think it was from the University of California, Irvine, that found it takes an average of over 23 minutes to get back to the original task after an interruption.
23 minutes from one text?
Yeah, now if your task is just watching TV, the stakes are lower, but you're still forcing your brain to do something called context switching. It has to disengage, then load up all the context for the new thing.
Okay.
Doing that hundreds of times, which is what we do when we're passively scrolling, is like doing mental gymnastics. You never get to just settle. You're constantly in a state of alert, ready to switch. And that state of alert is just exhausting.
Wow, so my relaxing Sunday was actually a secret high-intensity workout for my brain.
In a way, yes. It was a workout of tiny decisions, emotional management, background worrying, and constant context switching.
So what's the solution? How do I actually rest my brain if sitting on the couch isn't it? Do I have to meditate for hours on a mountaintop or something?
Haha, no mountaintop meditation required, unless that's your thing. The key is to think about different kinds of rest. We usually only think about sleep, but we need more than that. The author Sandra Dalton Smith talks about 7 types of rest we need to be truly restored.
That makes so much sense. I feel so much better about my lazy, exhausting Sunday now. Kimya, this has been amazing.
Anytime, Kafka. It's super cool stuff, right?
Absolutely. Well, that's our time for this episode of 60 Second Scholar. Thanks for listening, and remember to give your brain a real break. We'll see you next time.